So this is lecture number 5 of work, energy and power. So today we are going to discuss about the elastic potential energy stored in a body, right? Okay, so in the previous video we discussed about the gravitational potential energy, right? That is mgh, energy stored. This is for, okay, and we also seen that the total energy at each and every point can be compared. That means it will remain constant, right, only if energy losses are being ignored. Okay, fine. Now what is elastic potential energy? You know, in nature there are a few bodies which are having a property of elasticity. Elasticity means to regain its original shape, right? When the applied force is removed, the body will try to regain its original shape. For an example, rubber. If you are stretching a rubber, or you can also take a spring. If you are stretching or compressing a spring, right, the opposite force will come into existence, and this will try to bring the spring or the rubber back to its normal position, right? So this property of the body is known as elasticity. Property of the body is known as elasticity. Okay, now for elastic body, it tries to regain the shape, original shape. This is because of a force which is existing in the body, that is known as restoring force. It's known as restoring force. I'll repeat the complete sentence once again. There are few bodies which are elastic in nature, right? That means those bodies will try to come back or try to acquire the normal shape when the applied force is removed. If you are stretching a string, this is your applied force. After the removal of this force, the spring will try to go back to its normal position. Even rubber, if you are stretching a rubber from both the sides, this is your applied force. After your applied force is removed, it will try to come back to its normal position. So the force with which this rubber or spring or any elastic body tries to come back to its original or normal position, this force is known as restoring force. This is known as restoring force. So we are going to discuss about restoring force, how energy is stored in this kind of bodies, right? Okay, so what is first of all restoring force? Restoring force, this arises because of the property of elasticity, right? The force which tries to bring the body back to normal or say equilibrium position. Here this is known as restoring force. See, there are certain small things which are to be understood. Restoring force becomes active only after the removal of your applied force. This is the first point. That means this is your applied force, right? When you are applying a force on a spring or on any elastic body, restoring force will not become active. It will become active only when your deforming force or the applied force is being removed. This is the first one. So make it clear that restoring force comes into existence, or restoring force becomes active only after the removal of your applied force. Second thing, it will try to bring the object back to normal position. I am not speaking that it will bring the object back to normal position. No, it will try to bring the object back to normal position. Let us consider the example of spring. It's very easy. Suppose a spring and a block of say mass m is attached to a spring. It is at the normal position at x equals to 0. At x equals to 0. Now, suppose I am stretching this block, so this way. So this is my applied force, right? This is my applied force. Okay, because of this applied force, block is say displaced by any amount x. Any amount x. Okay, now at this point I have removed the applied force. So restoring force will try to take this block back to this normal position. So you can see from the diagram that restoring force and the displacement of the block restoring force and the displacement of the block both are in opposite direction, and always restoring force will be opposite to the displacement. By suppose this block, if I am compressing it in this manner, so this will become my applied force, then restoring force will act in this direction. So in either of the case or in each and every case, the restoring force will act in the direction opposite to displacement, right? And according to Hooke's law, which you will definitely learn, what is Hooke's law? Restoring force is proportional to displacement. Suppose if you are stretching the block so much, the restoring force will act with greater magnitude. So small the displacement, small will be the restoring force. More the displacement of the block, if suppose you are displacing this block from normal to this position, then the restoring force will also try to bring the block back to this position. If you are displacing this much, it will try to take again to normal position with greater magnitude, right? So definitely restoring force is proportional to minus of x. This represents change in position, okay? And negative sign is because displacement and the restoring force both are in opposite direction. So now restoring force is equals to a proportionality constant. This proportionality constant has got some meaning. This is also something you should understand. K is known as spring constant or force constant or stiffness constant. These are few names of this constant. Once again, restoring force is proportional to minus of x. Minus of x, x represents the change in length, it will not represent the length, it will represent a change in length. So make it clear. K is known as spring constant or force constant or stiffness constant, right? K represents the measurement of the hardness or softness of the spring. This is again important. You should know what actually K signifies, right? K is known as spring constant. It means how hard or soft a spring is. Each and every spring which we are using are not equally hard, equally soft. The spring used in your pen is definitely softer than the spring which you are using in your bicycle, right? Bicycle stand, the spring which is being used is quite harder than the spring which is there in your pen. Clear? So more the value of K, more will be the hardness of the spring. So in short, K represents the hardness or softness of the spring, right? If the value of K is greater, more, if suppose there are two springs A and B, there are two springs A and B, A is having a value 10 and B is having a value 100, then definitely this is harder spring. You will require more force to get a displacement of 1 meter. Suppose if both the springs I want a displacement of 1 meter, so you will have to apply greater force on spring B to get a displacement of 1 meter. Clear? Okay. Now, so we have seen that f of r is equals to minus kx, right? Now, so f of r is minus kx, right? So, what is the work done by the restoring force? The spring is being displaced by an amount x, spring was displaced by an amount x, right? This was the spring, this was the block, right? The block was at its normal position, K spring constant, this x equals to 0. Now the block is being displaced by an amount x, right, by the applied force. Now some restoring force will act which will bring the block back to its normal position. So then what is the work done by this restoring force? If we need to calculate, then we will use integration method. Work done, force into displacement, 0 to x. Why will we integrate this? Because force depends on x As the value of x changes, force will change. So force is variable, and in the previous video I had explained you that when force is variable, you need to calculate, and you are supposed to calculate work done, then you will have to go for integration, right? So in our case, force is variable as it depends on x, so we will use integration to calculate work done, right? So I have integrated to find the total work done. Let dx be the small displacement, right? Okay, so work done by the restoring force to get a displacement of the spring by x will be minus k will be taken common, f of r means minus kx, minus k is taken common, x dx. Work done equals to, I have also already placed the limit, x raised to n dx, x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So this is the work done by the spring, which will be stored in the form of potential energy inside the spring. This work done will be stored in the form of potential energy inside the spring. This potential energy is known as elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy. So this is all about your elastic potential energy. This much energy is stored by the spring, right? Okay, secondly, so you can write it as delta u is equals to minus half kx square, because work done is not equals to u, it is equals to delta u, right? If at normal point or at equilibrium, if we consider that initial potential energy is 0, then we can write that final potential energy is half kx square, right? That is when spring is at its normal position, then energy stored is 0, because there is no work required to be done. Spring will stay at x equals to 0 until and unless and force does not act on it. So initial energy is 0, final energy is half kx square. So work done is equals to delta u, which is equals to half kx square. Then so this is what elastic potential energy is all about, right? So now in the next video we will discuss the graph about f by x, and we'll find the area and we'll see what area gives.